Hey, good morning. It's Drew. Uh, I am on top of my property here. I got it in cinematic mode, so it looks a little blurred in the background, that cool effect. And the sun is right back there. You can see the fog hanging below the mountains. I'm in one of my favorite spots. It's the view that I chronicle in my book, Decide. My favorite piece of land up here, and you can get an idea why. What I wanted to say in this video was about living intentionally. And there's lots of ways to define that. A simple way that I've been thinking about is to just think from the end. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do with your life? Where is it that you want to be? How do you want to feel? What's a vision of that for you? And I think if you can answer that question and hold a vision for yourself, that's the first step to creating it and most of the heavy lifting. But I don't think a lot of people ever ask themselves that question. Like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to create here? Where do you want to live? How do you want to live? How do you want to feel when you get up? How do you want to feel when you go to bed? What are the hallmarks of living well to you, rather than, well, if I do this thing, if I do this job and I do this thing and I get this money and then if then, got a bad track record of working out in terms of a really fulfilling life that's based on what you want. And so I come up here this morning because one of the things that I knew about my life is that I love to be in nature. I love to be outside. I love to feel free like this with no one else around. I knew that. I knew that that's the life I wanted. I didn't know how to get there. I still don't know how to get there. But I knew how I wanted to feel in my life. I wanted to feel free. And again, I wanted to be part of feeling free for me is sort of being away from people, and living on my own terms and finding really beautiful, inspiring places like this. Let me just show you the trees back here too. So the how then doesn't become important. The how unfolds. You'll know what to do. It's obvious. It was obvious to buy this property when it actually showed up, right? But I knew what it is that I wanted. I knew how I wanted to feel. So if you're wondering in your life and you're sitting there going, hey, where are we going? Especially if you have a spouse or a significant other, I think that's a really worthwhile question to have. What are we trying to do? What's that picture? How are we going to know that we're there? And I just think a lot of people aren't asking that question. Right? They're just kind of living, doing the next thing. But first you have to have the vision. And it's a little bit of work, but it's well worth taking the time to do that. So, what are you trying to do here?